Hey there, everybody. It's Adrian from Numero Web Solutions, and today I want to talk about SEO versus SEM. So SEO, search engine optimization, and SEM, search engine marketing. Before I get going, once again, I got to remind you, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of great content, and we post it regularly, so you don't want to miss out. Just click that subscribe button below. Okay, so what is search engine optimization, or SEO for short? Well, in layman's terms, SEO is getting the search engines like Google or Bing or Yahoo to rank you in their search engine results page, the SERP, by using the content and the code that's already on your website. Okay, it's the organic search results that appear when a user enters a search term. It's like internet real estate. It's Google real estate, and it's the most valuable. Okay, it's the most valuable real estate on Google is the organic search results that Google displays when you type in your search term. 75% of users click on a link on the first page. That's a fact. And being that first organic search result on the first page is by far the most valuable position. Okay, according to Systrix. Okay, the click-through rate for ranking first is 28.5%. So that means you will get almost 3 out of 10 people will click your link if you're ranking number 1 on page 1. Now, if you're ranking second, it drops to 15.7%, and third, 11%. So the drop-off happens, and it's even more significant when you go down to 10. So ranking 10th, for example, even though you're on page 1, will net you just a 2.5% click-through rate. So you're going to get 10 times more people clicking on your website by ranking first and 10th. And if you're ranking on anything but the first page, you're almost invisible. Okay, like you want to be on page 1, and it's ultra competitive. And depending on your market, if you're in an ultra competitive market to begin with, it's even harder to get on page 1. So search engine optimization will help you get to the organic results page and the SERP page, that prime real estate of Google. But it's not going to do it fast. Okay, so that's one thing I'll get into a little bit later. But I also want to explain a little bit about the 4 main aspects of SEO. And that is, technical, content, on page, and off page. Okay, so I want to make sure that you understand all that. So there's the technical aspect, and that includes the user experience. Okay, that's your site speed, that's your responsiveness, your security, your indexing more. It's basically the guts under the hood of your website that allows a user to have a really positive experience that Google will recognize and rank you higher for. Okay, if a site takes way too long to load up, that's going to affect your search rankings. If there's not proper indexing that's happening, that's also going to affect your ranking through Google. The second aspect being content. Now, content is king when it comes to Google. If you have a website with well-written, relevant content that is optimized to match the keywords your ideal visitor is looking for, you will move up the search rankings. That's a fact. And I'm not talking about content farms and just stuffing, keyword stuffing, which is basically taking these keywords and making sure that they're just stuffed as much as possible in the content of your website. I'm talking about well-written content. If it's just poorly written and it's not relevant to the search terms, you're not going to move. And so you need to find a way to write either yourself or you get a company to do it for you, and a reputable company. You want to get somebody who knows what they're doing to write content for you, and it has to be updated on a regular basis. You can't have old stuff sitting on your website and expect to get to page 1 for relevant search terms. So that's the content aspect. Next is the on-page aspect. So this is the optimization that allows the search engines to understand the content and be able to properly take that content into context of the user search. Okay, this is where you hear terms like title tags and meta tags and image alt tags and all that other stuff. So it's basically taking all of your content, and that includes images as well, as opposed, along with copy. And what it does is it organizes it into a way that Google can recognize it and be able to say, oh yeah, that content and that image relates to this search term. And the Google algorithm is constantly changing without notice, and you have to be on top of it constantly. And then the last part of this is the off-page aspect. So this is the SEO that occurs away from your website. This is like the link building, the social media mentions, the local listings like Google My Business and citations, directory listings, backlinks from other websites. That's a way, so when Google sees that your authority is being noticed by other websites and other users are clicking from other websites to get to your website, that will further increase your reputation with Google and will have you moving up the rankings. So for SEO to be successful, you need all four of these aspects working together, and it has to be in harmony, because just putting content on your website is not going to be enough to get you ranking. Just by doing the off-page stuff, it's not going to help either. You need all four. Okay, so always remember that search engine optimization it's like a four-legged stool. If you're missing a leg, it's not going to stand up properly. Okay, and like I said earlier, SEO is a long-term strategy that requires a lot of ongoing work that will slowly build your rankings so that you show up on page one. Look, it's not an overnight thing, and I've said in other videos before, if anybody promises you to get on page one within like 24 to 48 hours, either it's a really, really obscure keyword that nobody really searches and you can get on page one, or they're just basically lying to you. It sometimes will take months of consistent work to make a dent in the search rankings. But if you do it right, if SEO is done right, you will begin to move up in the search rankings. You will get to page one if you do everything correctly, and you will stay there if you keep the process going. Okay, so that's basically what search engine optimization, SEO, does. It's a long-term play. We tell our clients that come on board, minimum 6 months for us to make a dent. But the work we're doing in the background in those 6 months will get you there. And it is building a foundation so that way you get to the first page of Google. Okay, so now if you want a more immediate result, if you're impatient, if you just need the business now, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't say impatient because it has nothing to do with patience. It's just you need business now and you want to get business now. Plus, maybe you have a new promotion that's going out. Maybe your company has a limited time offer. Maybe you have a new marketing idea that you want to test out and you want to see the results quicker than waiting for 6 months to see what happens. That's where search engine marketing, or SEM, comes to play. These are the search ads, okay, in Google, and you see them. They're the ones that they're marked ad on there. They're the shopping ads or the display ads. There's ads in your Gmail. The YouTube ads that pop up, that you either have to watch or that you can skip after 5 seconds. That is search engine marketing. This is where you pay for the specific search terms that show up in the ad section of Google, or there's Bing, there's Yahoo, there's other networks as well, display networks. Sorry. Now, the benefit of this is you're driving immediate clicks to a specific call to action. That's why in a past video I mentioned landing pages, and why a landing page is great for a PPC campaign, a pay-per-click campaign, which is a version of search engine marketing and SEM. Is so that way you have that specific call to action. You can do split tests with pay-per-click and search engine marketing. You can try different ad copy and creative. You can select specific demographics, geo targets, and other audience variables. So really, it's a quick target. But you can't just set this up though and leave it. Okay, you need to monitor if you're doing pay-per-click, you need to monitor it almost constantly. You have to be looking to make sure that, for example, you're not blowing your budget, okay? Because you can set a daily budget and you could be through that budget within the first 2 hours of the day. You want to make sure that you're watching traffic at certain times. You might want to have it turned off during weekends or holidays, depending on your business. So that's a little bit about search engine marketing, specifically the pay-per-click side of things with like Google Ads. You are, really just pushing people to click on your ads. And, a lot of people really think those ads are annoying. They'll get frustrated with it, but they work. They are really the backbone of Google. And they are very powerful if they're done right, and very successful if they're done right. Now, I want to just summarize everything that I've just said. So SEO is a long-term strategy that will help you move up the organic search rankings to get you to page one and even position you over a long period of time on page one. SEM is a paid strategy that will have you appearing in the ad section almost immediately for the purpose of getting a conversion right away. So people ask, what should I do? Should I do SEO? Should I do SEM? Well, in my opinion, you should do both. It's really integral for an online strategy. You want to be able to maximize the long-term effects of SEO in combination with some of the short-term, quote-unquote, burst that SEM gives you. So if you look at it as like a multi-channel approach, so if you have a big promotion, or you really want to blast your company or your business out there, and you want to get a lot of attention, you're going to do radio ads, you're going to do TV, you're going to do billboards, right, as far as the traditional sense goes. And it's the same with online. You want to do social, you want to do search engine optimization, and you want to do search engine marketing. You want to get it out there as quickly as possible. And even doing those online strategies with the offline strategies like TV, radio, and billboards or display isn't a bad idea either. Currently, as I'm recording this, we do SEO for ourselves. We have a Google Ads campaign going. We've done a mailing campaign that ran a few weeks ago, and we're currently doing a radio spot. So we're trying to get our name out there as well, and that's to inundate the market with our name. So you should be doing both SEO and SEM. It will help you drive traffic and improve your website's visibility with a multi-channel approach that involves not just SEO and SEM, but that social and other media. So that's all I got for today. Remember, once again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're posting videos constantly. I hope you got something out of today's video. Until then, bye for now.